Well, District 55A, it'll be its third week this week.
Yeah.
What have we learned through 2 weeks?
Ryder's still the favorite. After that, it's
and Ryder has Chisholm Trail Friday night at Memorial, and that they should be able to win that and go to 3-0.
Yeah, the Chisholm Trail, again, we said earlier, they're winless so far in the district. Now they've got some size, they've got some ability, but I don't think they've been able to sustain enough to kind of. They came into this district season thinking they might be able to make their first trip to the playoffs. And
What
right
does
now
Ryder need to see against Chisholm Trail? Like, I think they need a more consistent ground game than they've had the first 2 weeks of district.
They got to get off to a better start. First 2 weeks of districts, they've gotten off to real slow starts on offense, and that's kind of forced them to be behind the ball a little bit and have to make up some ground, particularly against Old High. You saw that.
And then what do you think of their tackling on defense? And
I thought defensively they played pretty well against Old High, all things considered. I mean, that team gives up. They're a bend but don't break down kind of defense. They kind of make plays when they need to make plays down towards the end. Tackling's not, it's not their greatest asset, I don't think. They did definitely miss a few tackles against Old High, but at the same time, that's the best Old High played all year, and it's a rivalry game. Chisholm Trail's going to be a big test because they're big, and they've got a big running back. I mean, Bendel listed him at 6'2", 215, so he's a big kid, kind of what they'll see from Denton. There really are. There's a lot of good running backs in the district.
And then I'm going to go down to Azle and watch the Coyotes, and I'm now interested to see if that's the Coyote team we're going to see. They're so thin. Any injury really hurts them, and they're going both ways with a lot of people. But I think they've found their formula. Yeah, if they get Stephen Gaines going in the running game like he had against Keller Central and like he did some last week, I think they can shorten some of these games and have a chance. And
keep, if Jonathan Campbell, and he is the unquestioned starter right now at quarterback, and that's the best possible scenario for them. It allows Cornelius Phillips to move to play safety full-time. He's a starter there. Yeah. And then Marshery Johnson, the sophomore, I think you'll see him in there. He's got a lot of speed. That's something that they can use on their team.
Can they follow it up? I mean, it's really tough. Like, that's a tough loss. You know, they haven't really seen that from them the last few weeks, and then they do this, but they still lose. I mean, ultimately they lost. I got out to practice Monday. They're pretty upbeat. I mean, it wasn't a bunch of guys just kind of sulking that, hey, we just lost a tough game to our rival. So they were upbeat. I think with the coaching staff, I think they'll be ready. I think they'll be able to move forward. That was the thing that might have impressed me the most against Ryder from Old High, is how prepared they were for so many different things to happen. The fake punt, for example, was not a called fake. That was something he pulled down that they had seen on film Ryder was doing, and he pulled down and he goes around the edge and scores. So I just think that the coaching staff really had them prepared for Ryder. You got to expect that's going to be the same thing for Azle.
So, well, when we come back, we'll look at Class 4A with the districts getting started.